Chubaist olmhór farige, na cé tamarmh. Agus inis, 2001 amach ó chósta ón léide, rilig an nimhe gan na mara, den na chúchéad fés a seachtaine a chuir lína féidige. Garda an chéad chugad damda, John sa úbhád Gearmánach bád paist a gnáchúsa ó bhlá clia go Holyhead. Chun Leinster go tón pail go tapaí. An rud mar ragóid í béide ná trí seachtaí na dhéisin bheach deire leis a goga. Cead is scór bliana na dhé, tá riontaine a bhfuil ceangal persantacha leis an Leinster I gur a áard phobal na héir an na bhúscailt san achtra stairiúil seo.
Well, bhí an Leinster ar a bhealach go Holyhead mar gná sa bhreatain beag ar an lá sin. 10 lá de dhearafór, 9 lá agus mí rih deire an céad cúgad damda. Bhí an aimseir go donna, bhí an lá go hulk san airge.
Bhreac an chéad efigeach Patrick Crangle contas ar uaireanta dearnach an Leinster.
Ar a hochta chlog rinne criú an Leinster an réiteach gon toras go Holyhead. Maidin scamalach a bhí an, agus na 600 passionéir a bordáil ag Cé Carlisle. Bhí bertas fiche aibrí pois de gumpur 200 mála ar bord le na scaga. Ag cearú go naí mar bach ná chun caiptin a ggóirlaí le nach a defigeach faoin toras a bhí rompa. Deach ná bheith áthach spéide nó baid patróil mar chosaint ar na uváid, ach dúilta amaréalacht na Breataine, Garda a Holyhead, teis gur cáiliú péireachab ar na bliana. Ag 10 naí, bhí deire na málaí poist agus na baisinéirí ar bord. Dúiltaíú cad ar bord de 100 paisinéir táile, cé gur slí ag Leinster de 1,100 duine. Ardaíomh an cláird, chur a Leinster brúcht mhór deataí de an áirde, diompa ar a clé agus thug ai ar a bharraige mhór. Tí héir go heach solas na Kishe, tháinig carú ar an aimsir. D'ardas an a gála fórsa cúig, agus tháinig suatha mór sa bharraige.
Usual route of the mailboat out around the Kish. First torpedo was seen passing the bow, which would seem to indicate that the forward tubes of the UV-123 were all loaded. The first one missed, the second one struck the postron. And it was devastating. The damage to the postron was devastating.
The torpedo struck the ship in the vicinity of the post office, killing most of the postal workers. It blew away the stairs, which was the only way out onto the upper deck. The lights went out and the men were trapped in the darkness with the water pouring in.
It was just a massive explosion inside a big steel tomb. Like you can imagine it kind of just inside a steel room, which is what it was, where they sorted the post. And this thing just kind of penetrates the hole and blows up, and it actually blew a hole in the opposite side of the ship. And water just streams in, thousands of tons, you know.
A number of passengers thought that it was just maybe a wave, a heavy wave striking the ship.
An tríú torpédo nóhád rinne scris fad in Leinster.
Bhí an captain Dún Leinster, William Birch, a géirí an Leinster thuirt ar isteach téir go Dún Laoghaire go chun Dún Laoghaire. B'éidir go mbeidh sé sin ceart go leor, b'éidir go mbeidh tar éis Torpedoed bháin, b'éidir go raibh seans aige. Ach tar éis an dara Torpedoed, ní raibh seans ar bith ag William Birch.
It hit the ship amidships on the starboard side, and it done the kind of fatal damage. It seemed to erupt from internally, and the ship sank within minutes.
Sa phléasc cahún Captain Birch den deck isteach san airige. Má cála de rud a hála hana.
Bhí 6 bringloid aige go raibh rud éigean go le tarlú leis an bád seo nó an Leinster an lá seo. Cred sé do rachach an bád síos go mbeidh sé sin na dul leis. Hiag sé go raibh rud éigean le tarlú agus tharla.
Lach sé breis is uair a chhlaig ar a géad bád tárthala teacht ar a Laoghaire. Tháinig a dar a bád, fiche nóméid ní stearnaí. Bhí gá uair a chhlaig caite san airige inis ag na daoine.
Mar ein gná long bhí policy acu maidir leis na bád sa bháilte, de gnách bheith ar na maná agus páiste dul ar dús a chánig scéalta rais a rá Wallart, bhí cúpla aragóntaí ann maidir lo. Ní rá a góchandómhach an irid.
Several military had gotten into one of the lifeboats, which had not yet been lowered from the ship. One of the Leinster's sailors, he ordered them out of the lifeboat, women and children first, of course, and they wouldn't get out of the boat. So he called a military policeman, and he came along and ordered them out of the boat, and they wouldn't get out for him either. And he shot, I think it was a sergeant. There was 3 or 4 of them in the boat. He shot a sergeant in the head, and I think the others got out then.
Bhí na bád tar hála déanach go dtí an Laoghaire. I mean, bhí mar sin mar hionn nach féin ag fannacht san uisce le haid 3 uair. Agus ní rá seabalta bheith snámh.
As na deimmáid tárthala ar a Leinster, níor bhainach cead cíneacha an airigeach. Chur ton mhór ceannacha bunos cían agus báthú formhór ar a bhainte. Cailleoláin passionéirí agus iad a fannacht ar thártháil. A cuoine a go géir iad leata leis a bhuacht agus na tonfracha fanaideacha. Beis is chúd céad a fuair bás, gá chéad 7 tháinig sláán.
One of the crew, he was a stoker, his name was William Marr. He kept 2 women, a mother and daughter, afloat for hours. Marr, he kept their humour up by telling jokes. He kept them going for a few hours until the rescue ships arrived. And when the rescue ship arrived, the rescue ship suddenly started its engine, and Dorothy, the daughter, was swept off the life raft, and Marr jumped off the ship and saved her, and she gave him a silver watch in recognition of his bravery.
Tháinig seannaithe William, John O'Donoghue, a gáir ar bhuachail sébliana déag Tom Connolly, agus thug sé go heice tárthala. Tháinig Tom Slán, agus cinnach ra bhéan bhuiile snáb ag John, brug sé ar bhád tárthala nó gur tháinachas a gáirir. Níor chur a neachtra deire le gairim John ar muide.
There was one family in England where the husband, his name was Joseph Hill, He was serving in the British Army. He was wounded in France. He was unfit for further service at the front. He was sent to Ireland. His family were very happy about that because they felt that he was safe, he was away from the fighting, and he was going home on the Leinster when he was torpedoed and killed. His wife was waiting for him at the railway station in England, and when she heard of the sinking, she collapsed on the platform and never really recovered from the shock.
I think by 10:15 she had disappeared with the loss of almost what's put out now as 527.
Tuis go raibh an editin passionéirí thug na cosúla ón Leinster a go báthú bá le fannacht lámh chunta chuú fáilí agus míéfacht I le amiréalacht na Breataine.
I think they did a lot, but I don't think they did enough, obviously. Like, there were ships alongside in the harbour at the time that she left. There were ships being repaired. There were ships on station, albeit sheltering on their headlands. There was instructions given to other ships during World War I that if a ship had been sunk by a U-boat, they were not to go to the scene immediately because of the safety of their own vessel. They'd be, you know, in jeopardy of being attacked.
Are you alright, man?
Windows and bow on Shale off a Yitka Zaheb RTG Cahas.
Con casa yesh, den shekal na scahan wad rivré con cursi tev hirdi de vas. Nor vin an balak lan, to corha go bra lua. Van breg on clé de Lauren Voher. Nor is federe fog spas leg a meg fekli in an dol harret hebner lave clé. Nor a veg spas sa Valcha Road, den sheshkel na scahan solidosog to an casa. Van go meg tusak an raha corham de Lauren Voher solidosog to a casa. Nog yar an Cornel Reeve.
Da grande área, 4 homens na barreira, tem um cantinho direito ali aberto, vamos lá, apontou, atirou, é gol,
Everyone's talking about free banking. What do you have to do to get it? If you're a Bank of Ireland personal customer, just make 3 payments by phone or online, or maintain the minimum balance of €500 to get your regular banking transactions for nothing. And it's now automatically available to you. Bank of Ireland, understanding banking.
Join Ireland's most extraordinary club. Give blood regularly.
Bhí sé an gnáróid escort a thuirt an Leinster. Ní lis gom ceann fá nachró escort ag an lá sin, ba ceart escort a bheith ann. Bhí an mar éireannach an don séireach, bhí na hiúbhad a gachóid san airge ag an am.
They had avoided on several occasions being sunk. mainly because of their speed. They were very fast ships. So, to an extent, the Admiralty might have ignored the pleas for escorts, thinking that these ships had done well up to now and they'll get through the war okay.
But Galvod fusht don ratana an Leinster, agus da bhrísin bhí si faoi yasa ag rialtas na ratana seola, da bhrísin ní rawa eki bhí si bhíorthaí a gcónaí taistil leis an fusht go Holyhead. Chuir sé seo I mhail a gcónaí
Targidí bailí bhí máid fust na héireann don na Gearmánaí, tuist passionéirí míle ta bhearra. Hárloch go raibh lasta míle ta faoi cheiltear in Leinster. Cúsnach nach slíe cat an léchéadú don Dún Laoghaire.
It was obviously a legitimate target, but it was generally known on both sides of the channel that the submarines were after the mailboats in particular. They carried so much military personnel that they were a legitimate target. And they were probably special in respect of the type of personnel they carried. These ships were so fast and thought to be so safe. Most of the high-ranking officers who crossed the channel crossed on the mailboats.
Bhí ólas crín intífa ag rialtas na Bretagne ó fi go cálaí de chud na Gearmáine, Karl Leschenberg, a gách, go raibh na Gearmánaí a feire ar na báid fust. In aineoin sin, níor tu go éon rád a híbhéalaí agus lean na báid fusteartha I seola. Tá William agus arbhair an tomadóirí á réiteachéin chun cuairte thóir teir rilig áilmhór fóhín.
Well, it's rud broadú ag dul an son chun an site echa. You know, it's lá iontacha é freisin, it's lá starúil é. Tá mé an seo hinacha an bad atá really, you know, an cáiliúil imochlán, an cáiliúil in Dún Laoghaire agus, you know, it's rud starúil é seo, it's rud iontaach, just a bheith amach son ag fécant ag an wreck.
Fóman seo tá láthair tomadóireacht ríthálachtach. Deir daoine go relic mara is nach cheart a bhain seo chuirbe. Ach dúir na tomadóirí na héireann is áit anthálaachtacha ó híomh an staire.
Ok, tá aithnin ar réanais, tá muidir go isteachnis ar an lung agus mar taisagan tá sé idir 27 agus 3 méadar ar ghibhneach.
Seoiad mullard na rópaí I dhéanach I cheangal don chala. Tá domáiste mór dianta da bhain struchtúr an Leinster. Tá sí níos 183 réid, bhí sí 260 agus I snáb. Tá sleasan na linge tar éis láha agus tiite minuas ar grinneal bhar éireann. Tá míid gard an chaúil mar a raibh seomar an feist. An chéad torpedoed in Leinster war sé bert ebrí poist is fithe. Níor tháinig sláán ach an ebrí bháin. Bhíonn bhfuil le feiceálaigh na tomadóirí a brág a minic ar an aimsir. Le líon stairime bhíonn an chud leibhéalta clúdathe le gaiinmh agus minigar. Tá tar éis teacht ar adan an chábla. Siad seo a heich sláire trom mitil an ancare. An tiasg seo a chuirdríadar in níos chun na áitre bheith ceilt. Sé Des Brannigan uachtar an na Institute of Midi únéir na linge bliste. Ní mór cada áil chun tom an Leinster. Dían an dúchas monatóireachtar longa bliste a tá níos móna céad bliain díis. Agus is gá gomach cadw na suas san ag tomodori sal má hamun siad. Tá tréf sinna tomodoriachta istí. Caithé siad gánú mé dé go chahabanis ag díomhrú chun an nitrogen in a good fulla a laidú.
Man, er is zo'n keer sin is komplet le. Fiche blian nog en noor daar nog goed in.
Ha, well, van am sin you're on sin, plan day agus anna bhí fast rud. Agus tá déna goil níos mó den craftlach clúte heile se ganneamh.
Agus sin níos bristin is na mar bhí nó.
Deli ra, but cyn si níl síle go rúní smóla fecail fiche blian head. Rud nach bhfuil le fecail in is. Tá ganneamh go a seair go tamar fad.
Tá sí gá chlúdú.
Chlúdú, tá mé déna,
sí go mar dréin na cille híla.
Tí sin é.
Harama is stoi.
Ai. Díra.
Is lá bródú le bheith an seo agus sin mar bhna an chéad ó a bhí me an seo agus cuairméil an táidir an scéil le gach duine eile chuir Roy táidir an scéil agus chuir an Philip Lecane táidir an scéil agus chuir na landíine táid agus tá sé mé go landíine ar an scéil seo agus is lá bródú le bheith an seo nniu. Nor bhí mé níos óga beidir timpeall Dublin Adís. Is cuireann me sean wathair agus me sean an tín ag caint faoin Torpedoed Leinster an tam ar fad.
Is mór an dubhrón nach chuir an scéal an Leinster ar a lán daoine tuis cí bheith fácar lár as sa staid. Brahan sleacht na marmh nar déanú a muintir a chomóra i gceart a riamh. Is beag leabhar nó scanán atá ar fáil faoin tubaist, ach seanscúil sé sin chun na tharú.
Ag an nám bhí an scanán Titanic ar siúils na Fictorlan agsúla timpeall na tíre agus bhí gach duine ag caint faoin Titanic agus an Torpedoed sin agus bhí mis sé grá tá an Leinster cúpla míl an Dún Laoghaire cén fan nach go lisa gach duine faoi sin.
An awful lot of people just don't know about it, never heard about it. It was the biggest Irish maritime disaster. The loss of life has never been excelled in any other Irish shipping disaster. Comparatively speaking, it's as serious, if not more serious, than the Lusitania.
Is cá mé ar lánúir a lánám ag caint le daoine agus cluinéile timpeall na tíre faoin Torpedoed agus fuair mé a lán annacha agus database mór faoi eolas an cartla náisiúnta an seo an Breatain, Americá, bhí litre agam ón Downing Street freisin. Beidir go raibh sé an litre an céad litre tháinig an Downing Street faoin Leinster. táid rééis an áirteist dhéanamh sa scúl. Agus níl a lan béim an Leinster. Ní rah rilí aon béim an Leinster sa córsa sin ma córsa star. Scríomh Patrick Doyle as Loch Garman an árán seo sa bhliain 1946 agus chuir méid ceol leis sa bhliain 2001 Don ar dús inis árán. So seo an árán the mailboat Leinster. An príomhaim the Leinster Awareness Group ná an profile Leinster ardú into an pobl seo agus an awareness ardú instituir seo agus an dain ar fad. Mar is tregód mór é agus is rud starú é is star an tíir seo agus star an dain freisin.
You can't help wondering, did they get time to think of their predicament, or was the explosion and the inrush of water so sudden that it was nearly instant death?
Families have given me photographs of their relatives who died on the ship, and I've read accounts by survivors, and I feel that this gives me a personal connection with the people. I feel that I know many of those who were on board that day, and I'm glad that they're finally being remembered.
You feeling hearted Christians all in country or in town, come listen to my doleful song which I have just penned down. 'Tis all about the German act, that awful tragedy, when the Dublin mailboat Leinster was sunk in the Irish Sea. On the 10th day of October 19...
Fás le heachtain sin seán nach TG Ceathair Robert Mitchum agus Kirk Douglas agus sa Western The Way West a sin na feiceágaí ag leabhar hééis hocht. Bei tarn sa seachtain seo go euro milliad sa setagain sin ag chuig na medichiid hééis sin leagues go naidín tála belag agus a sin tá nílo. I America an nacht agus a sin setagaí ag híineag sin in sin nachtain seo TG Ceathair fannaí lein. Tiata go dtíra chéis na bhógrúm blána ní chofií gáil tíar ar bhórí na Swainsa.
The countdown to the start of the season is on. Let me hear you. You're Code red. This is not a drill.
Stramu, One Tree Hill, a tosaí an líomh déag go bheitheh TG Ceathair. Stramu Lásid, Sconáin Úras Bládracha, Space Raiders, Fáilsa go héireann, agus Mac an Meithead. An teachtain seo tosaí an ledí nó chur a chrína chéile le bás top an bháir. Lásar de dúna ag leabhar híise de TG Ceathair.
It's the Macy's! Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Right, stop the car. Mace, for whatever life has in store.
Now, I'm not one to interfere, love, but I just had to send you a pack of this fantastic Punch Keep It White. Just one sheet in every wash catches and holds the dirt and grime that turn your whites grey, keeping them white for longer. The proof is on the sheet. Sometimes you have to admit, Mother does know best.
It's too late to make it right.
Of all the stains, one of the toughest to shift is dried on tea. But it's not as tough as finished quantum. Its ingredients are kept in 3 separate chambers for maximum power, giving results on tea stains that are way beyond any ordinary tab. New finished quantum, freedom from dishwashing.
A superstar gaeltachta. Gaelgóir fearfachtan to go.
Thug deis chun ceúr a dhéine ar an rud a bhí agad.
Go bra láidir fearóid.
Tá an seanós aige, na hór an tradiisiúnta aige, tá an bailad aige, tá na ornaige le hí go le bháilsail.
Agus bhí sé ardnósach a líon an cheáil.
I ceann John Bagel flaharta, chlár fáisneise agus ceolchar an bew. I tosaí de saharna cuiiciise de ar TG Cad. Belle film is a gin seo nacht ar TG Cad ag chuig na dichiad gon dóiag, achan is tíach se hagaí blanad ní chofií ar mólléanta síre.
There were 3 owl gypsies came to our hall door. They came brave and bold, he-o, and this one sang high, and the other sang low, and the lady sang the raggle-taggle gypsy he-o. Upper you rode east, when I rode west. You rode high, when I hear a whole low. I'd rather have a kiss of the yellow gypsy's lips than a whole lot of cash as money, yo.
Between black and white, and the best thing you ever done for me is to help me take my life less seriously. It's only life after all.
Bhí mu de tíocht na teannaid ag 75 gorá, agus I deafhaid choláir go bosach. Mar an hán bhí teafhaid choláir, agus an sin HP a tháinig me lom.
Walked around a ruined castle and wondered what stories it could tell. In Ireland, we're surrounded by history, sites of battles and ring forts in the fields around us. Kings' tombs lie hidden in woodlands, and city streets cover ancient monasteries. My name is Rob Vance. I've been a professional photographer for 20 years, but I never wanted to take pictures of fashion, celebrities, or sport. I wanted to explore the mysterious world behind things. Medieval Ireland is all around us. We just need to unlock its secret sites. Tonight, the secret sites of Ireland's medieval invaders. I discover that maybe they weren't that bad after all. Did you know the forecourts would have been underwater in Viking Dublin? We go deep to the roots of our Viking past. Fear and loathing on Inishmurray Island. The terror and carnage witnessed on this secret site off the Sligo coast. Did the Leinster king, embroiled in a 12th century love triangle, cause the biggest invasion Ireland had ever witnessed?
It's possible that she had one of his children.
And we find the man whose ancestor invited the Normans to Ireland nearly 900 years ago. Dubliners have become used to these strange amphibious buses careering through their streets with gangs of helmet-wielding tourists. It's hard to believe that this is what Viking means today. Harmless enjoyment in a funny boat and a funny hat.
It's a light-hearted look at the original founders of Dublin, or Difflin, as it was known then.
And eventually we decided that about the year 840 it was just too much of a pain going backwards and forwards from Denmark to Ireland. You didn't see the wife and kids for weeks on end. You weren't sure if somebody'd stolen your sheep. So we set up a settlement here in Dublin. That's our Viking settlement here on the east coast of Ireland on the River Liffey.
Temple Bar and the Quays, the heart of old Viking Dublin. And Wicklow, Wexford, Waterford, Limerick and quite a few other urban centres all started as Viking settlements. Dublin dates back to the end of the 9th century when these Scandinavian pirates started to create the city we know today.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Welcome to the Grand Canal dock basin here in Ringsend in Dublin. You're in 22 feet of water in a basin that was dug by thousands and thousands of very, very strong men with picks, shovels and wheelbarrows.
Layers and layers of history. Vikings, mighty men with wheelbarrows, skeletons of barges and rusting boats. Who were all these people? And what were they really like? As I gaze at evidence of another invasion of foreign capital, computer technology, wine bars and fancy apartments, I wonder if it is the end of the story, or in 1,000 years will other men and women be wondering who we were and what we were really like.
Well, whatever they say about us, they're only going to understand half the story, because history's just too complicated. It's got no plot, it's got no ending, and there's bits gone from the middle. Tonight, we're going to try to understand Ireland's momentous medieval invasions, the violent arrival of new people and new ideas that changed this country forever. The first of those groups, the Vikings, were not happy splash tour people. The second, the Normans, were serious, armed and dangerous. But the casual brutality of those times is only half the story. So let's explore the secret sites of Ireland's medieval invaders.
In the late 8th century, people had premonitions that something terrible lay ahead. Only a few years before the Vikings arrived, the annals record that the moon appeared blood red. But Ireland